Hi, my name is Kara, and this is the Unlimited Studio. Today I'm going to show you different movements that we can do with our foam rollers. This is really great for stretching. It's really great for releasing some of that fascia tissue. We also have our trigger point ball. As you can see, this has little trigger points on it, so it's actually going to be more beneficial than just a regular foam roller that does not have the little spikes. So that's going to be very, very important as we go through it, and we want to make sure that you're nice and comfortable. So I'm going to go ahead and get you started walking you through some of these movements. I'm going to show you this first movement. We're going to be stretching out our upper back. Make your way onto your back. What we're looking for here is the foam roller starting at your lower lumbar spine, and then you can use your heels and your feet to walk yourself out and walk yourself in. So notice the further that you walk yourself out, you will feel it on your low back, and the more that you walk yourself in, you can take your hands behind the nape of your neck to really target that upper back, and then just start to roll once you find the comfortable position. So you can target different places in the back and in the body. Notice how you can swivel to the side. You can even give yourself a great big hug here, and then really target the muscles right in between your shoulder blades. So same thing vice versa. If we're looking away and we're adding in that big hug, just notice how opening everything up targets different muscles, and then as you close, it targets different muscles as well. If you find a spot where you're like, oh man, that doesn't feel that great, then maybe we push on that spot just a little bit. You take a big deep breath in, and then exhale. Let your body release and rest into the foam roller. It will help with releasing. So it should feel good after you do it. Anytime I do my back, I also do my neck. So that's something that's really important too. So once you have finished working on your back, you can keep the hands behind the nape of your neck or behind your head to help you. Roll yourself until you find your neck. You can rest your entire body here and just rest the pressure and the weight of your head. Close down those eyes so that way you don't get dizzy, and then just rock it side to side. Now again, you have the different pressure points on the foam roller, so you can adjust maybe if you like this better, the way that it feels, and just rock it side to side. You can find different places where you feel the tension and the pressure. Hold on to it, take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, put a little bit more pressure and feel it release. So what we're looking for is just those little baby trigger points, and you can even take that foam roller all the way up, run it through your hairline, and just notice where it feels and notice where you need it. This is also going to give your back a little bit of comfort because we're pushing the low back into the floor, and it just makes it feel good all around. We're going to target our lats. So you will lay on your side. Now, depending on how tight you are for every single movement that we do with the foam roller, it may feel different for you versus the person next to you. What we're looking for is just those pinpoints, almost like that pocket of where we need that extra tension. So take your time as you go through this. If anything feels too harsh on the body, then you can always release just a little bit. If you want extra, you push your body weight into the foam roller. So you're using your lower body as leverage, and then also your forearm. You can lift yourself and just notice where you want it to be. What we're targeting is our lats. So we really want it to be closer to the underarm, and then you're just walking yourself out and in. So notice how my feet do not move at all. I'm just shifting my body weight back and forth, and I'm using my forearm to help me. We're using the foam roller for one side, so it's just a quick transition. Your feet will be grounded. We want to find the placement of where that foam roller should be. So it's going to be right underneath that lat, or right on top of that lat underneath your underarm. And then we're just rolling it back and forth. Now notice that you do have different trigger points on your foam roller. So this is going to be a more flat surface. This is going to be more pointed. It will feel different. The more that you roll it out, the more you can decide based on your comfort level and what your body needs, where your placement needs to be. We're going to target our glutes. So we will take a seat on the foam roller. We're looking for a figure 4 position. So you can take your right foot over the left knee, and then just notice we really want to target on that right glute. We're moving it back and forth. You keep your left heel in the same place, and just find where you feel the point that needs the extra love. So maybe it's all the way in the back, maybe it's slightly forward, maybe we're turning and opening up the chest. Just notice, give yourself about 15 seconds for every single side and see where you need the extra attention. we're switching that figure 4 out. We're doing the same thing on the opposite side. So we're just moving it out, moving it in. You can even add in little ankle circles to give your lower half a little bit more love. Now, whenever we transition from our glutes to our hamstrings, what we're looking for is a seated position. I'm going to move this foam roller up just a bit. Hamstrings, we want to bring it all the way underneath the back of your leg, and then you can bend your opposite leg, move it back and forth. Now, if you want this to be a little bit extra, maybe we move it down a little further. And again, just notice you have the different points, so either the points or the flat, okay? So it's up to you, whichever one you prefer. Find the point that you really need, hold it on there for about 15 seconds. Notice that the leg starts to tense up, tightens. Try and relax the leg as best as you can and really breathe into it for that 15 seconds. Transitioning from hamstrings to your IT band. Same thing here. So your IT band runs all the way down that side. You can cross your left leg over if we're focusing on the right side. And then again, just move it back and forth. So this is going to be the one that is the most tough, because usually this is where we're the most tight. It will be easy to find those points. If you have not found one yet, you will on this side. We are just targeting on the pressure points and then breathing into it, allowing the body to rest. You'll notice based on how tight, again, your leg is, if you are constantly activating everything, try and release it as best as you can, because that will be most beneficial for your body. We're targeting our quads on this next one. This is also a big one for people. Usually whenever they get on, they're like, as soon as they get on. So really just allow yourself to rest into it as best as you can. We flip around. We want the quads, the upper thighs to come onto the foam roller. You can plant yourself on your forearms. And then because these are the shorter foam rollers, which are so excellent for targeting one leg at a time, your opposite leg toe can be on the floor. And then just rock yourself back and forth on that toe. Now, find where you need it. You may want to turn just a bit to the side. You'll really feel that tension. You may want to turn and go more inner thigh. So anytime we activate inner thigh right in here, same thing, we want to tuck that back toe and then just use the rest of your body to give yourself that leverage as you roll yourself out and roll yourself in. So we've got some quads, we have some inner thighs. We're going to flip around and set it for calves. So for your calves, we want that foam roller to be right underneath. Same concept, we're driving from that opposite heel, lift yourself up, and then just point and flex your toe as you go through it. So right now the foot is flexed. We can add in a point position. We can go back to a flex position. We can take that flex position, internal, external rotation, so externally rotated and then internally rotated. So just notice where you really need it, where you feel it. Maybe we hold that internal rotation, press it out, bring it in. Same thing with your external rotation, or maybe we slow it down. You can even keep the leg long and then use the rest of your body and drive from that left heel as you push it out and push it in, and just really find where you need that extra attention. This is a trigger point ball. So everything that we just did with the foam roller, we can use the ball for. Now, because the ball is much smaller, it is definitely more of a trigger point. So say you had the foam roller against your arm, you would feel some pressure, but you wouldn't feel as much pressure. Say you have the ball against your arm, you feel immediate pressure because it is a smaller surface and it just targets a little bit deeper. So with that ball, you can take it on your shoulders. You'll notice where you feel it there. You can even just roll it up and down your arm. So say that you have any arm cramps, leg cramps, this is a great one to use. You can even have a partner or a friend place it on top of either your leg, maybe your IT band, depending on where you really need it and where you really feel those knots. Take a big, deep breath in. And then on your exhale, push a little bit of weight into the ball. And then just notice where you feel that release. So this is great to do on your own if you need it. This is great to do if you have somebody else to help you out. Something that we really love to do with this trigger point ball is for your feet. So because the foam roller is that larger surface, it is harder to target the smaller baby muscles in your feet and all of that fascia. The ball is perfect for that. So I'm going to show you in a seated position here. Ball is going to go underneath my left foot and I'm just rolling it out and in the same way that I would do with a regular foam roller. But what we're really looking for is where you need that extra love, extra attention. You can even take this in a standing position, and again, it'll put more weight into the ball. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like from a standing position as well. You can come kneeling first and then make your way all the way up to standing. And we're just looking for that out and in, just really rolling wherever you need it. Maybe taking it out to the side, maybe in that frontal area, in the ball of the foot. So you have your different parts of your foot. You have your toe, ball of the foot, and then your heel. Notice where you need it. Notice where you feel it. Maybe practice your flex and your point. So it just depends on where your body is needing it. Do one foot at a time. Take your time with it. And again, you can use this as an extra trigger point. So if you go through your whole foam rolling process for your entire body and you're like, oh, I've noticed I need a little extra here, grab your ball, do a little extra work, and just take your time with it.